right, here's a video about separating the yoke, the sleeves for the yoke separation round. When I published the sweater as part of the mystery gnome, Gnome is where you hang your hat, a few people had problems with this round and asked if I'd shoot a tutorial. And since I knew I was publishing a sweater pattern for the Never Not Gnoming Gnomes, I knew there'd be another opportunity for me to shoot a tutorial. So that's what we're going to do today. I have knit across the front stitches, and now we have the sleeve stitches. So we've got some waste yarn on a yarn needle, and what we are going to do is slide those stitches onto the needle and onto waste yarn. Set that needle aside for now. Slide those on, leave a long tail so that I don't accidentally shorten that. Then we're supposed to cast on 2 stitches for the small size. So what I need to do is I'm going to do the backwards loop cast on. So I've got my yarn coming up and over my thumb like this, and I just take the needle tip and I cast on like that. Okay, so I've got the yarn. It's coming from behind and forward onto my thumb. I go from the palm side towards the thumb tip, pull my thumb out and just lightly tighten that. And then I do that again. So I've got the yarn and I come and I scoop up that loop. I've got 2 stitches now. Then we ignore the sleeve stitches and we knit across the back. That's it. So we've got these 2 cast on stitches, and now I'm just going to grab that yarn, and without going too tight, because then it's hard to knit those stitches next round, I'm just going to knit across the back. All right, here's what it looks like now. I'm now on 3 needles for the moment. I've got the front here, the back here, and here are the second sleeve stitches. So we've still got waste yarn. Now you can do this as 2 separate pieces of waste yarn. I usually do it as 1 waste yarn and just leave it long and floppy. So what will happen now is I will simply come up behind the working yarn and put all of this sleeve stitches onto my needle and therefore onto waste yarn. All right, I'm taking the needle off, just relaxing everything. Okay, so now I've got things on 2 needles and I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in these front stitches and I'm just going to pop half of them onto another DPN. Now, we've got the stitches off for the sleeve, but we need to cast on, it's called casting on over the gap. And so we're just going to do that same backwards loop or backwards E cast on again. We're just going to grab it off our thumb. 1, 2. So right now our gnome isn't very secure because we've cast on 2 stitches, but we haven't yet sort of locked it in to go and knit in the round. So now we will simply go and grab the next DPN and knit the first stitch in the round, and then of course all the rest of the stitches following the directions in the pattern. So this is what it'll look like afterwards. We'll have stitches here for one sleeve, stitches here for the other. Here is the little diagonal for the increases we made. And so it almost looks like the beginning of a t-shirt if you think about it, after you've separated the sleeves off. Later we will come back and we will pick up all those stitches off the waste yarn and we will pick up 2 stitches or whatever the pattern says. But this is the basic method of doing a top-down raglan yoke and separating the sleeves. I hope this video helped you. If you have questions, ask them below and I will do my best to answer them. This has been Sarah Shearer from Imagine Landscapes Designs, wishing you happy knitting and happy gnoming.